One of my clients wanted a UX upgrade on his e-commerce store. We scoped it out, and it was a pretty big, expensive project. However, when I started to do the work, I realized that we might be overcomplicating something that could be built in a much simpler way. So, although we had already gotten the approval for it, I called the client immediately and told him that we need to rethink this. And we got on a call, and I told him that there were two approaches of building what we are trying to build. And basically, we started the discussion all over again by discussing the challenges first. What was the root challenge, and why we are building this? So, by discussing the challenge first, we then came to the approaches of how we could solve the challenge, and then we found out that there were two approaches of solving that challenge. One was the simpler way, and one was the complicated way. The simpler way, the complex way was expensive. It was costing a lot of money for the client. Obviously, that was more money for me, but then it would have hurt the client more in the long term because that was bad for performance. It was a bad approach for SEO, and it was difficult to maintain in the long term. On the other hand, the simpler approach was not only less expensive, 90% less expensive, but it was also better for SEO, better for speed, and easier to maintain long term. So after discussing all that, obviously we went for the simpler approach. So yeah, this is just one example of how we not only just build things, but we build things in the right way.